Okay, so the first diet I'm going to be diving into is the vegan diet. Now, this is obviously one of the most popular diets out there today. And I thought I'd cover this one first because so many people have very polarizing opinions on the vegan diet. Some people are very much like, yeah, this is the diet you have to have because you can't have animal abuse and whatnot. And then other people are going, oh, it's a terrible diet, carnivores in particular. So I think this one's a juicy one to start with, so hopefully you enjoy it. So, what exactly is the vegan diet? So, the vegan diet is a diet where you basically don't eat any animal products whatsoever. So, no meat, no butter, no cheese, no dairy products like that. Strictly just anything that comes from a plant. So, obviously, this would include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and anything else that is just a plant. So when it comes to why people choose a vegan diet, the most common reason is because people don't want to be killing animals and eating those animals that were killed. Vegans are very much against exploiting animals for profits and treating them inhumanely. And so the most common thing they would say is if I don't have to kill an animal to survive, then I'm not going to do it because it's not morally ethical. And they see them, and they are, of course, these animals are sentient beings, and so they feel pain, fear, and all these other emotions that we humans feel. They feel as though if they are harming these animals in any way, that that's going to affect them emotionally. And full disclosure, while I am not a vegan, I do agree with these principles of we shouldn't be harming animals and that, having them in these confined areas where they can't roam around, where they're really close together and they're pooping all over each other. I mean, not to make it a bit graphic, but just these really terrible living habits for these animals, I'm very much against. So I just want to make that clear now and for future videos because I'm definitely against that. And even though I do eat meat, I try not to buy products where they're in these huge farms and whatnot. They also don't see animals as property. So the fact that you own an animal means that you're owning another being, which vegans are very much against. So those are kind of the main reasons why people would choose a vegan diet in terms of morally ethical reasons. And before we get into the health aspect of things, I just want to talk about the moral and ethical part of veganism to see if it's actually legit, because I've been doing some digging and looking into, are you actually not harming animals at all on the vegan diet, or could you potentially be doing that? So I have a little logical breakdown of this, and so in my next video I'm going to be going deep into that. So that should be a good one, so stay tuned for that.